What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's weekly rotation time, and we've got some pretty new stuff to the collection. Honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6, 7, because I've only had them for a short time. 7 fragrances that are either brand new to the collection or like really new to the collection in just a few weeks. So a lot of variety here. A lot of variety. It's warming up. We've got some fresher stuff. We've kind of slowly geared away from the slightly heavier stuff. There's a few things that aren't really like summer appropriate, but we've had some warmer spring days, I guess would be the best way to put it. A lot of days, highs in the 80s as far as Fahrenheit, so it's been a lot warmer. And we've got a lot of blues is what that turns into for me. So it's week number 281 in the weekly rotation. Stay tuned. So starting off on Sunday was a very citrus-heavy day. This first one was much more fruity. The one later on was more of a juice. We started the day off with Akro Smile. This one will put a smile on your face, at least it does for me. It's a lemon-raspberry combination. It makes it very, very fruity and juicy. This is one of the best openings I've ever smelled. Smile's an appropriate name. This stuff will put a smile on your face. God, this smells so good. A raspberry lemon combination that doesn't get affected by any other notes, really. There's a soft woodiness here. That's about the extent of it. It's pretty straightforward. It's extremely linear and simple, but damn does it smell amazing. Super juicy fruit smell. This is just really good. Anybody can enjoy this. It does not lean feminine and it does not lean masculine. It doesn't have a mature smell. It doesn't have a youthful smell. It just has an incredible smell. Anybody can enjoy this. And slightly above average, let's call it 6 to 7 hour range in longevity. A good hour, hour and a half with some pretty good projection. So overall, a solid performer. Not a monster, but not weak. The quality here is absolutely fantastic, though. God, this stuff just smells so freaking good. During the day, we went with Akro Smile. And then when I got out the shower, speaking of orange juice, the new Indomitable from Paris Corner reminds me of Dolce Melodia from Sospiro. I get very much an orange juice smell from this one. There's other notes, but they're irrelevant. A little bit of zest from a little bit of spice, but overall, not quite creamy, but like Sunny Delight or pulpless orange juice. I get very smooth orange juice, textured smell and taste. And I mean, I say taste, but the smell, like I'm trying to really paint the picture for you. I can't get away from it when I smell it. It smells like orange juice. That may not sound attractive to some of you, but when you smell it, it'd be like, ooh, that's what he means. Yeah, it's that good. Another average performer. I don't know if this is inspired by Dolce Melodia, but it's what it reminds me of from the moment I smelled it. I thought of it. I think this is great for anybody that just loves orange in a fragrance because it's orange through and through. Out the shower with Paris Corner's Indomitable. Moving into Monday, really good 1-2 combo, honestly. They're both brand new to the collection. I got them in the same haul. We have John Varvatos XX Intense, nice and fruity, little hint of coffee. Smells in the vein of like the Polo Red line. Meets, what was it I was adding to the mix the other day? Like Polo Red and something else. I don't remember exactly what it was. Maybe if I spray it, I'll remember. It eludes me. I don't know, but in that realm of Polo Red, but not quite. It's more woodsy. Definitely has a similar coffee note. The fruitiness is a little different. Smells really good, though. Not too heavy. I mean, works fine on a spring daytime wear. You know, relatively warmer weather, not hot weather, but love the bottle. It's super affordable. One of the better smelling fragrances in the John Varvatos line. I mean, everything they've ever put out, in my opinion, smells pretty good to very good. They've even got a few bangers, you know, Dark Rebel and such, but it's another one that's like really, really good. Like, really good. XX Indigo. Another one. Really, really good blue fragrance. Different, out the norm. Whereas this will remind you of certain things. Like I said, fruity coffee, things like that, but it's a good one. Average performer. Another one, 6-7 hour range in longevity. Nothing crazy in projection. Average stuff, hour, hour and a half. But smells really good. It's really affordable. And it's decent quality. It's a solid designer fragrance. It really is. During the day, John Varvatos XX Intense. And then we got out the shower. Now, this is on the generic side. It does smell really good, though. Tommy Hilfiger Impact Together. One of the newer releases from last year. Had people ask about the cap having a travel atomizer. No. I think it was the original or the Intense. I think maybe the Intense had the little pop-off little travel atomizer you could refill. No, this is just like a T-bar shaped cap. This is very citrus, fresh aquatic, shower gel-like. Just smells really freaking good. Like it smells like it could belong in the Dolce & Gabbana light blue line as a flanker, maybe something along the lines of Jimmy Choo Man Acqua. Like, think those types of profiles. It smells really good, but there's a really good chance you have something that's very similar to it. If you don't have fragrances that kind of fall in that realm of Invictus Aqua meets Jimmy Choo Man Aqua, Dolce & Gabbana light blue, if you don't have a lot of things like that, then this will probably slot right in as a pretty solid, affordable fragrance in your collection. Great for running errands, refresher out the shower like I wore it for. It's just like, slightly below average to average performance, like that 4 to 6 hour range in longevity. Nothing super special, but it does smell really good. Super hot day, I'm sure it's going to be great. I will test it when the high heat summer does roll around. I'll definitely get some wear out of it. Because once it gets hot, it stays hot for several months over here. But it's solid. Is it special? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't feel like you got to rush out and get it. But if you're a fan of Tommy Hilfiger or you like that style, those fresh aquatics, you probably will like this. It's Tommy Hilfiger Impact Together. Moving into Tuesday. So I haven't smelled Eros Najim. I want a bottle. Eventually, one day, I will have a bottle. But for now, Fursan Untamed from Lattafa is going to have to satisfy me. This one's an above average performer in longevity, but it's not some crazy beast in projection. I would say average to slightly above average for a solid 2 hours. Kind of pumps off the skin pretty well. I would say arm's reach maybe a little bit better for close to 2 hours. Sillage is kind of that moderate to mild range. Again, average stuff as far as that's concerned, but definitely 8+ hours in longevity. It's pretty long lasting stuff. At least for me. Smoky, woodsy, spicy, a little fruity, ambery, sweet. Definitely sweeter than it is spicy. It smells really good. It does. And it's not too heavy for the warm weather. Hot weather, yeah, it's going to be too heavy. But 75 to 85 degree Fahrenheit range, it was totally fine. We were out and about. It wasn't cloying. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too thick or heavy to wear. It didn't bother me. It just smelled really good when I would get whiffs of it. The wife really likes this one as well. Didn't get a compliment from anyone else out in the world. Honestly, I don't really think I got a compliment from anyone other than the wife the entire week, honestly. And we were out and about doing a lot of different things. Just nobody really said anything this week. All good. You can never go into anything expecting a compliment. And there's a lot of people, some of you watching this right now, it's like, don't get compliments, it's trash, and I don't like it. That's unfortunate. I wear fragrances that I like because I want to smell them. I don't care if anybody else likes it. You don't want people to not like what you're wearing, but you want to like what you wear. You'll probably like what you wear. If you wear this, you'll probably like it. I like it. It's good stuff. So, is it special? No. I would say something like Kamra Dukan, which isn't exactly the same, but of the sweeter, spicier Lattafas that have come out recently, I think I would lean to that one ever so slightly. But this is still a really good release from them. How accurate is it to Eros Najim? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find out. But I definitely do like it during the day and nothing out the shower. With Lattafa's newest Qaed Fursan flanker. This is Qaed Fursan Untamed. Moving into Wednesday, it's not even close. Best smelling day of the week. Obviously, it's the day of the week with the shave set. Coconut Lagoon and Sphinx Beard, Caribbean Island. Wherever that lands is the best smelling day of the week. But I'm still very much impressed by the uniqueness and the versatility at the same time of this fragrance. Max Aroma had reached out recently, offered up me checking out some of the House of Dastan stuff, and they sent over 3 of them, and the first one I tried was 5 Senses. Love the bottles, I gotta say. I do love the bottles. This is a Aromatic Fougere meets a freaking gourmand. It smells like a fougere with a gingerbread cookie. It's weird. It doesn't sound like it works. When I say it out loud, it doesn't sound like it's going to work. But it totally freaking works. And when you look at the note breakdown, you'd be like, how does any of that make gingerbread cookie? I sure as shit don't know, but boy, when I smell it, I thought gingerbread cookie. And I still do. Very aromatic, a little spiced and green. Woodsy. There's a hint of mint to this one as well. And it's nice and sweet. Very, very well balanced. Richard Herpen did his thing with this. That's, world-renowned perfumer. Definitely knows his way around the beakers when stirring some oils and blending some oils. It's very, very well balanced. Nothing really overtakes it. I wouldn't say there's any like dominant accord or two. Everything's just kind of there for the pickings with your nose to pick up. It's still kind of just hovering in the airspace. It's really good stuff. Totally worth sampling. You can get discovery sets, individual samples, travel atomizers. There's ways to do it without buying the $275 bottle. There's a link and a code down below if you want to check it out. Or if it doesn't interest you, don't check it out. Just only if it interests you, I would encourage getting a sample. But it's definitely different. Something that you can get away with wearing every day that's, like I said, just as much a gourmand as a fougere. And that's weird. It's good weird, but it's still weird. At least to me it is. During the day, House of Dastan, 5 Senses. And when I got out the shower, I already mentioned what it was. My favorite. Sphinx Beard, Caribbean Island. We've got the shave set. I got the shave soap. And this is the aftershave splash. This is inspired by Virgin Island water. And then my favorite Paris Corner fragrance, Coconut Lagoon. You see that juice level dropping. Ministry of Gourmand. This smells like the boozy pina colada that is Virgin Island water. This smells like sugared candied Skittles and coconut. A little bit of caramel. Very sugary. Smells like the red, yellow, and green Skittle. The citruses with all that sugar. Caramel has set in. It doesn't just smell like sugar cane anymore, and a little bit of creamy vanilla. But the biggest thing is the coconut. It is a synthetic, artificial, candy-like coconut. Not sunscreen, not authentic, like fleshy coconut, not the shell. I've smelled one recently, which we'll get to in a little bit. Reminds me of the shell of the coconut. It's roasted coconut. It smells like the coconut shell, which we do have some coconut shells in here, so I do know what that smells like. That reminds me of that. But this, not there. This is like Almond Joy. This is named that coconut candy. That kind of coconut. It's amazing. It's literally the greatest thing I've ever smelled. Similar profiles, but not the same profile. Because a lot of people want to say this is Virgin Island water. It's not. This actually is. This is 100% a clone of Virgin Island water. This is like sugary sweet candy. Virgin Island water is not sugary sweet candy. That's pina colada. That's booze. That's thick yellow floral. There's a lot of things that work really well together. Like really well together. Out the shower, Sphinx Beard, Caribbean Island, and Paris Corners, Coconut Lagoon. Moving to Thursday, it's really hard to not say this was the best smelling day of the week because it's my favorite cheap fragrance, like cheap blue, and then my favorite fragrance is the 1-2 combo. During the day, we went with Acqua Essenziale Blue from Salvatore Ferragamo. 'Tis the season. Usually around spring and fall is when I pull this bottle out. And we've been talking about it. I've been rocking it. I absolutely love it. Citrus, fresh, spicy, a little green and earthy, woodsy, shower gel and broxin, powdery lavender tonka bean that's sweet and aromatic. Really good performer. Still the biggest advocate for this fragrance. You're looking at him. I'm still the biggest advocate for it. I'm such a fan. It's got elements of other blues, but it makes it its own blue at the same time. I love this stuff. And it's a really good performer for me. During the day, the most recommended fragrance in the history of this channel, Acqua Essenziale Blue from Salvatore Ferragamo. And then when I got out the shower, the most worn fragrance in the last year on this channel, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Again, the dent doesn't lie. We're approaching the halfway mark on this 60 ml. Hasn't even been a full year yet since this came out. It's about roughly, it was like May or June when this came out. So about a year since this came out. That minty eucalyptus with that ocean spray, like saltwater breezy type of thing. A little bit of creamy coconut, some aromatic green, bunch of cypress. Man, clean and musky. Soft powdery iris. It's such a beautiful fragrance. Such a beautiful fragrance. Out the shower, my favorite. Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Moving into Friday, we got some more blue bottles. Are they necessarily blue fragrances? Kind of, sort of, maybe a little. But during the day, Eternity Aromatic Essence. I didn't like the opening the first time I sprayed this. It has grown on me in a very quick, rapid amount of time. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I get like this coconut shell, toasted coconut kind of thing. A little spiced green and aromatic. It manages to be fresh and a little ambery. Of course, it's woodsy as well. Full of aromatics, as the name would indicate. Yeah, it gets better every time I spray it. It's a solid fragrance right here. It was heavily recommended. Definitely a really good coconut option that doesn't smell like sunscreen, doesn't smell like candied coconut like Coconut Lagoon, doesn't smell like all the other coconut fragrances. Does remind me a little bit of like Fusion d'Issey Extreme from Issey Miyake, because that's a warmer, woody forward type of coconut fragrance. It's not just sunscreen. It's got a little bit of the sunscreen feel, but it's like a dense woody backbone with amber that gives it a similar kind of toasted coconut shell kind of thing to this. So while they don't smell exactly the same, I would put them in the same family. Great coconut fragrance for the evening. Wear it during the day in the summer, but work well at dinner in the evening if you're like on vacation or something like that and you still want that beachy feel, but clearly something more indoors dinner appropriate, kind of mixing the two worlds together. I think that's where this comes in. Slightly above average longevity, not a crazy strong projector, average stuff, but yeah, I like it. I'm glad I have it. I'm going to continue to wear it. And it's probably going to go in the revamped best coconut fragrance list. That's how quickly it's grown on me. During the day, Eternity Aromatic Essence from Calvin Klein. When I got out the shower, Syren Fragrances Blue Caviar. A little creamy, powdery, fresh. This tobacco blossom-like accord, similar to like Bulgari Blue, for example. It reminds me of it in the dry down. While some citrus and shower gel elements early on give you all this mega aquatic freshness. Man, it's such a good one. Powdery, creamy, musk. This is a good one, man. Good quality ingredients. It's like $72 for an indie fragrance. This is good stuff. Really is. I'm a fan. This is the one I reach for the most because it's the easiest wear of the bunch. Now, I don't think it's the absolute best one. I think Black Caviar is their best fragrance, personally. But this is a strong second because it's just so versatile and easy to reach for. It's an easy reach kind of fragrance. It's good stuff. Really good out the shower, too. Out the shower, Blue Caviar from Syren Fragrances. Finally, on Saturday, Kinda Blue. Again, with both of these, a lot of blue fragrance action this week. I mean, technically, we could classify these two, the two the previous day, the two the previous day for that. That's 6. We classify that as a light blue. That's 7. Pretty much got like 7 blues out of the 13 fragrances in this video. It's not enough for me to title blue fragrances somewhere in here. Haven't figured out how we're going to title this weekly rotation, but more than half of it is kind of falls in the blue category with this discontinued gem in Le Male on board from Jean Paul Gaultier. One that I hardly ever reach for. It is a solid fragrance. A little spicy, very fresh, sweet and powdery. Kind of a sweet geranium tonka bean combo here. A little ambery. Good stuff, though. Smells really, really good. Managed to be very fresh. Wore 5 or 6 sprays yesterday. Longevity's really good. Not super strong. I do get a little bit of nose fatigue to it. It starts off really potent, dies down rather quickly because my nose is really sensitive to it. So it wears my nose out rather quickly, and then, hours later I can smell it a lot easier. This is good stuff. Do you need to rush out and go get it because it's high priced on eBay? No. It's not that serious. But if you have it, you understand it's not the best Le Male flanker, but it's definitely not the worst one either. It's a solid, like, underappreciated Le Male flanker, I think would be the way to go. Why did I reach for it? No freaking clue. Let's wear something I just never reach for, and it's one of the fragrances that caught my eye, and I try to not overthink it, and when it caught my eye, I was like, why not Le Male on board? Sure. Grab it off the shelf. It was literally that simple. Because if you're like, and you move on to the next one, and then you move on to the next one, you're going to spend way too much time overthinking just grabbing a fragrance and spraying it, because All your fragrances smell pretty good. You just have some that you like more than others. Is that a fair assessment? That's true for most people's collections. It's true for my collection as well. So I just like, yeah, what the hell? Why not that? Wore it, enjoyed it. It's not special, but it smells good. During the day, Lamal on board. And then when I got out the shower, I did the same thing. I want to wear something really fresh. Bright, weaker performer. Went walk by over there. I stopped at the Ralph Lauren section. And Polo Sport Fresh caught my eye. Perfect. Fresh, clean, out the shower, soapy, powdery iris floral. Just really clean, light green. Fresh, fresh, fresh. It's appropriately named. I still see this one popping up the rack stores. You can get it cheap. Look, if you need a 6, 8, 10 hour fragrance, this ain't it. If you want something that's just mega fresh, so enjoyable to wear, put a damn smile on your face, kind of invigorating and uplifting. Great to travel with, great for the gym bag, great to run errands, great as a refresher out the shower like I used it for here. Great in these shorter term situations when you don't need some strong performer. Grab it. It's really good. It really is. Just know that, you're kind of pushing it at like maybe 4 hours of longevity. If you're lucky, you get 45 minutes of projection out of it. And then it'll sit pretty close to the skin. You get a little light whiff here and there. You might have to go looking for it. Sometimes that's the tool for the job. Has function in my wardrobe, and I used it for the exact perfect function in my wardrobe. Out the shower, Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport Fresh. Well, that was this week's rotation. We ended up almost with 2 every single day. There was only, one day? Yeah. On Tuesday that I didn't wear anything out the shower. Some days I don't. Some days I get to doing other things and I don't bother with it. And next thing you know, I'm going to be going to bed in about an hour, hour and a half with a CPAP mask on. I won't even smell the damn thing when I'm laying in bed. So what's the point? I typically only spray something out the shower if I'm still going to be up for, 3, 4, 5 hours before I go to sleep, to where I can get whiffs of it and enjoy what I'm wearing. Because, like I said, I wear a CPAP mask. Once I go to bed, I ain't smelling nothing. It's going to be irrelevant what fragrance I'm wearing. So what's the point if I'm going to bed in an hour, right? So thank you guys for checking out this week's rotation. There's links down below through YouTube with, Fragrance Net and Joma Shop and places like that. In the video description, there's Fragrance Buy and, so on and so forth. If you want to do some shopping, of course, you don't have to buy nothing to watch these videos. I just appreciate you spending some time with me. Like and subscribe before you leave. We'll see you on the next one.